Do you know Dakota Ditcheva?
Silences the doubters.
Yes, the same beautiful monster who destroys everyone in her path.
Right hand. Oh,
Tyler Santos is one of the best women in this weight class.
Once found herself on the brink of disaster? Let me tell you the story. On the 25th of March, at Greater Manchester, England, a fight happened that had the entire arena buzzing with anticipation.
From Northern Spirit,
The main event was Dakota Ditcheva
Ditcheva.
versus Amy Perney. Naturally, the British-Bulgarian Dakota was the overwhelming favorite. Fighting on home soil, she eviscerated every opponent she faced with little effort. But what happened next almost turned into a complete disaster for Dakota. Going into the fight, Dakota was already an established superstar across the UK. Her last victim, Kat Payton, was left wondering why kicks to the body were not banned.
Payton's having to weather an early tries that kick in.
The finishing shot seemed more like an act of mercy than a finishing blow.
He walks forwards. Payton's got to be careful. There he goes over. He turns away.
Seeing how the crowd went wild for that bloodbath, the 17-year-old decided to deliver another bloody spectacle for her home fans. But her opponent this time around, Amy Perney, wasn't just another easy target.
Ditcheva looks.
Holder of the WBC Muay Thai International Flyweight title, and with a streak of 9 dominant wins, she was a real threat from Scotland. Standing at a deceiving height of 5'3", she was more like an enraged bull, aggressive, powerful, and with a killer instinct. No wonder she was considered one of the best female kickboxers in the world. Well, this was for the ISKA Muay Thai World Strawweight title.
Amy.
Perney wasn't here to decorate Dakota's resume. She came to destroy Dakota and take those belts back to Scotland.
Ladies before like this, never.
Most people thought her chances were about as good as a snowball in hell, but make no mistake, this fighter was dangerous. In the opening, they exchanged fiery shots.
Really aggressive start.
"30 seconds in, Dakota was already getting sat on her butt. Proving to be the perfect match, Perney sent Dakota down a second time. And the 5'3" pinball was willing to stand in the fire against the much bigger Dakota.
The girl out with a one body shot left up to the body.
Tripping Ditcheva to the canvas a third time, the impact of the falls grew worse after each one.
For Perney.
Big knee from Purdy, another big knee, good sweep from Purdy.
Despite doing her best John Jones impression with the spinning elbow, Perney remained unfazed.
Try from Dakota, spins again.
The Scot's low center of gravity kept her grounded, so she toyed with Dakota, sending her flying a fourth time.
Takes her down.
Then she delivered free punches like Santa.
This, and I'm not saying she's going to.
Well, the second round started like a war had broke out between the dazzling ladies.
Big scores, knees. Excellent strength, isn't he, with Perney?
Yeah, you can see it in there.
Dakota's long, stabbing front kicks couldn't find a home. She was too slow for Perney, who was now in the matrix.
Counters a go.
But Dakota soon upgraded her assault.
To no avail. Nice elbow, sneak elbow from
You
and you
get
can do.
Lovely,
Nicely
well
timed
timed.
push kick.
Staying out of range and employing the long punches. But as she pressed forward, Perney sent her on a trip to the canvas once more.
Again, she bustles.
At this point, the floor was doing more damage than any punches imaginable.
Good. Right hook.
Ahead of the third round, Dakota received expert advice from her mom. But it made no difference as she was getting dismantled even harder than before, like a freight train had run into her. At this point, neither girl took a step back. Neither was ready to surrender.
Big body kick scores from Perny. Again scores.
Nice.
Very nice. Underneath, takes balance off.
By the fourth round, Dakota was starting to dominate in front of her home crowd. And a big right hand dropped Perny.
Very good.
The war had turned in Dakota's,
Needs to counter.
Yeah, I think
Perny.
throwing everything at her but the kitchen sink.
Beautiful move.
And they made ladylike agreement to exchange hard kicks.
Fabulous, fabulous performance by these two.
In the final round, Dakota added extra torque to her punches.
really trying to put the seal on this. It's a good kick.
Now it's set fire, hasn't it?
Looking for the knockout, she uncorked right hands and elbows.
He landed.
Dakota showed no mercy, unleashing shots that could knock down a herd of elephants.
To the clinch. This is a war. What a fight this has been.
Missing slightly with a spinning elbow.
What a
Fantastic, fantastic fight.
At the end, Perny was declared the winner for her dominance in the first 3 rounds of the fight. Even though Dakota rallied back in the final 2 rounds, it simply wasn't enough. This loss was a turning point in Dakota's career. Disappointed with the loss, Dakota turned her attention to the world of mixed martial arts, and the rest is history.
Not sure what that's all about.
I'll tell you what it's about. Dakota Ditcheva takes umbrage to the fact.
This fight afterwards would also test Ditcheva and show her grit. Having just her second contest in the no-barred violence of MMA, she collided against a wrestler from Manchester, Levi Steedman, who also had a dangerous submission game. Opening the fight, Dakota missed with a big right hand, but the knee to the food basket wouldn't miss. Paying zero respect to her opponent's baby factory, she uncorked harder knees. The vicious shots were landing, but her power was missing. But even in the grappling department, Ditcheva was too strong. Not wasting any time on the ground like these beta females, she went straight to applying damage. Dakota opened the second round with the kind of aggression only seen in the male divisions. But she was soon sent on a ride in the air as her rival secured a double leg slam. Steedman controlled Ditcheva easily, and the newbie was now getting a taste of MMA's brutal ground game, but found her way back up. Now she was ready to unleash, stunning her opponent with a big right hand. Ahead of the third round, both ladies had a gentlemanlike agreement to throw down.
Nice right, left hand from Levi, returns the knee, does Dakota.
Another destructive right hand sat Steedman on her butt, hugging for dear life. Like out of a Wonder Woman movie, Dakota released a 3-piece and a soda, then transitioned to a guillotine choke. But her opponent was saved by the bell. Cupping her ears to those who doubted her abilities in MMA, she started the demolition that would set the world of MMA on fire.
Very confident Dakota Ditcheva here. I think that first round was definitely...
However, after this fight, Dakota would face another dangerous opponent who threatened Ditcheva's undefeated pro record. The Irish Storm Goddess had sent PFL's Chanel Dyer to the Shadow Realm in the amateur rank. And Shauna would later make it to the UFC and compile a 7-win, 1-loss record.
That after you got dropped with a pretty nasty hit. Let's take a look at what started.
So on the 29th of February 2020, in a packed arena in England. The future stars met in the cage and delivered a match that had everyone on the edge of their seats. Dakota blew a kiss to start another masterclass. It was a contest both in strikes and in looks.
See this striking exchange between the two. I called a number of her fights at the IMAFs.
Both exchanging bombs. It seemed Dakota had met her match.
A separation there, and Dakota lands a shot. Catches the can. Shona barrels in like neither of these women are.
In the second round, Dakota destroyed Shauna's knees with mean intentions.
That lead thigh.
But the ferocity of Ditcheva's strikes soon turned her rival into a wrestler. But Dakota showed no mercy.
Oh, now they have space. Oh!
She targeted her knees with mean intention.
Being targeted by Dakota.
And she turned Shauna's insides to dust.
It's a wonderful knee. Tested herself at world level at amateur and proven herself there.
Then she toyed with her like a toddler.
Absolutely, a nice roll through it. She's onto the back now.
But Bannon, wise to the danger, looked to take advantage.
Now we're back into the...
Nonetheless, locking up her opponent's arm, Dakota stubbed the blonde beauty with left bombs.
Tied up with her.
And it was at this point, the fight from a beauty contest to a war.
Fawcett shot her to turn.
Dakota's superiority in strength was obvious.
That right arm is now trapped, still trapped. But this has been an impressive
Clear-cut round of the contest so far.
Wow.
In the fourth round, Mama B released dangerous karate-style attack.
Oh, tries to meet you with a straight. Oh, and Bannon coming out with that nice side kick.
A big spinning kick missed slightly.
No style. Oh, spinning heel kick as well.
And she hugged Dakota for dear life.
Cage controlling break out.
She missed Bannon's gray matter by inches.
Oh.
And Dakota now started to add more torque to her strikes.
Screaming for knees for one of these.
Around the back, trying to grab hold of it.
And Dakota hurt Shauna even further with the short strikes.
Wrist control, feed it, and there you go, this position.
In the final round, both women looked to close the show.
BG Dublin's 24, Shona Bannon.
But Dakota had a big moment with knees, and she came close to sending Shauna to the shadow realm.
Oh, that's a big knee. Oh!
Dakota.
In the end, Dakota had dominated the affair.
I've got to say as well.
And she had done enough to win the UKFC title, the first title of her MMA career. Dancing with crowd, the victory summed up years of hard work, and Dakota celebrated with Mum.
Mixed Martial Arts Association. And
How do you think this matchup will play out today? Will it be an easy fight for Dakota?
And then the second one right on the chin.
Or would it go the same way?
Yeah, you can see it in there.
Let us know in the comments. If you like this video and would love to see more action-packed fights, then subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like.
Tell you what's about. Dakota Ditcheva takes umbrage to the fact that people